I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in Cardiff, Wales, ahead of a big card this Saturday night, live on The Zone. I'm joined by Brandon Scott. I said to you off camera, I've never interviewed a boxer in a Spider-Man outfit, but here we go.
Well, that's first time for everything, isn't it? You're just lucky I haven't got my mask on.
Well, we saw you with your mask on in the ring, flip over the ring ropes as well. Is that something you always do?
It's something I always do now. Like, I've come to the conclusion that these days, it's not enough just to be a good boxer anymore. I know that. I'm looking at people like Jake Paul and all these influencers and the media they're getting, the support they're getting, and they're not a tenth as good as what normal boxers are, if that makes sense. What they have got is the entertainment factor. Now me, I'm a massive nerd. This isn't a gimmick. I had this suit. I didn't buy this suit for this. I just had it in my house as a costume. But what I am doing now is I'm expressing my personality because I'm fully aware that people are attracted to this kind of stuff. Now it's different. You have to stand out. So I'm fully aware that it's not just enough to be a good boxer, but I am fully aware of my skills too. In the amateurs, I won the British title, I won the Welsh title, I won loads as an amateur. But now as a pro, I'm going to win everything and more in a Spider-Man suit.
Well, you're right. I mean, there'd be less people watching this interview if you weren't in that outfit, so you're making a good point there.
Well, there we are. Like, I'm not being disrespectful to people, but you look at every open workout you've ever seen, and tell me this, how many good boxers have you seen in an open workout? Loads. You won't be able to count with you. How many have you seen do it in a Spider-Man suit?
Zero.
Do a flip over the rope, exactly. So what I'm going for now is even if people don't remember me, they're going to go, oh, that kid in the Spider-Man suit, because it's easy to remember. In my last fight, I've walked out as Darth Vader, my favourite Star Wars character. I've walked out as him. I've done a Karate Kid themed ring walk, because I now know, people come up to me and they say, oh, you're the kid in the Darth Vader helmet. Because I now know it's going to help build and push my career in a way it needs to go. But at the same time, I'm being a nerd and I'm loving life.
Well, if you can back it up in the ring, which I'm sure you will do, you're talking about your amateur pedigree there as well. As you move up in the professional ranks, you're going to get a lot of traction.
Yeah, well, like you just said yourself, I don't want... This isn't a gimmick, this is me, I'm a nerd. All I'm doing is I'm showing people what I'm actually like. I'm not hiding my personality, I'm just being me. But don't let this Spider-Man suit distract you from the fact that I know for a fact I can fight. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. Ask me if I'm good at golf. Terrible. I'm terrible at tennis. But am I good at boxing? You bet your ass I'm good at boxing. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I started boxing because I was bullied for being obese. And you might have noticed I've got Tourette syndrome. I'm blinking, I've got Tourette syndrome. So the road I've had to boxing is a lot harder than what a usual person would be in, because I had to get into it to hide from bullies and to prove to myself that I could do something with my life. But I don't let this distract you from the fact that Saturday night I'm coming to take heads off shoulders.
Talk to me about your fight on Saturday night, Brandon.
Well, it's going to be like the time I lost my virginity, short and sweet.
What an answer. Jesus. Your manager and you in the same room, Lee Eaton, I dread to think what would happen there. You're two of the most hyper characters I've seen in boxing.
Well, that's why me and Lee get along so well. I didn't know what Lee was like, Lee didn't know what I was like, but me and Lee, we get along like a house on fire. But we're both as goofy as each other, both as wild as each other, but that's what makes us such a great team.
Brandon, I believe this is the first time you've been on IFL, so great to get you on.
No, IFL, I've only ever seen this on YouTube. This is mad, I'm on IFL.
You can go watch it later, mate. Good to get you on. Top man.
Thank you very much.
Refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.